My name is Jason Eckardt, and I'm a composer. Oftentimes, composers fly into a performance, they work with the performers for maybe a day or two, or maybe not even that if schedule doesn't permit, and then you play the concert, everybody has a good time afterwards, and then that's the end. And you may not work with those performers ever again, or if again, maybe in several years. But the kind of momentum that Jason has built in our relationship and the dynamic between us and the musical understanding between us that has flourished in the wake of many years of our collaboration has made my work with him very special and my work with Nova very special. It's a great pleasure to compose a piece very tailor-made for the talents that are specific to the group that one is writing for. And oftentimes I actually imagine, say, Jason at the piano performing things in my imagination as I'm writing the piece. And it's a helpful way for me to objectify the music as if I'm sitting in an audience just as a listener and not as a composer, and imagining Jason performing on the stage. And this is a great compositional aid for me to make more informed and objective decisions as a listener versus as a composer.
What I think about contemporary music, especially as it plays out in an audience that may have more conservative musical tastes, is that those people sitting in that audience often have these origination mythologies in their minds. In other words, they think about what would it have been like to have been there at the first performance, say, of a Beethoven symphony, or what would it have been like to have been there at the performance of The Rite of Spring and maybe actually taken a tomato in hand and hurled it. And those things are really just in the imagination for music that's 100 or 200 years old. But we are living in the era where we can speak to composers and where those experiences that one fantasizes about with respect to older music are really actually a part of life. And so when you hear a piece that has never been played before, and the instant you walk in the hall, that piece is absent from the world. And when you leave the hall, it's a present and active agent in the world. That's an extraordinarily exciting kind of thing. It's celebrated in the world of classical music, and I think that it should be rightly celebrated in the world of contemporary music as well.